Well, hi, everybody. How's everyone doing on a wonderful Sunday afternoon? Hope everybody's doing well. Here in New Jersey, things are getting a little chillier. Starting to feel fall creep around the corner a bit. But it's still nice out. School's back in session. Well, hello, Mr. Shock. Hi there. Nice to see you. We're gonna play some looping stuff and we're gonna have some funky good times today, I think. Where's everybody tuning in from today? Oh, hey, there's my Streamlabs thing. Yeah, so as you can see in the chat, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, whichever one you like, Daisy. It's they both work. They're both fine. Yeah. Hey, Nathan. Great to see you. Oh, wow. Streamlabs is getting aggressive here. All right. That's okay. Might as well get the shameless plugs out of the way, huh? Yeah, so as you can see on the chat that's embedded in the stream here, I've got a couple opportunities for you to support what I'm doing, which is great if you feel like it, and that's awesome. However, if you don't feel like it or you can't afford to or whatever, that's totally cool too. Just relax, enjoy the tunes. It's all good. Yeah. The Nymer play. Hi there. Well, thank you. Well, thank you very much. That's very sweet. That makes me so happy. I haven't even done anything yet. Daisy's watching from Nebraska. That's cool. Well, so far you've got the travel trophy. I've got one friend watching from Michigan. I have one friend who's watching from just upstairs, actually. I've got at least one friend from Michigan who's tuning in today. So yeah, it's pretty neat. As I've said before, it's a great time to be alive. We have technology that allows us to check out lots of stuff, so cool stuff. What's everybody think of this background music, by the way? This is, I call this Sleepy Time, and this was actually a, let me turn this up just a little bit. Yeah. My volume's a little bit low. That should be slightly better. Oh, I can turn it up here too. There we go. Yeah, there we go. That's better. Yeah, so this background music, funny enough, is it was kind of an afterthought to there's a piece of music on my YouTube channel and also on my streaming stuff, which if you go to smartearl.it /JimLutzMusic, you can hear, go on your favorite streaming platform of choice, whether that's Spotify or Apple Music or Bandcamp. It actually as also links out to my YouTube as well. I'll note time. I'll actually put a link to that real quick in the chat. Doggos! Awesome. So if you go to this link, smartearl.it /JimLutzMusic, you can check out a whole bunch of my streaming adventures on your favorite streaming platform of choice, Spotify and Google Play and all that stuff. So yeah, that's this music was kind of an afterthought to. Anyway, I talk in circles, as you may notice. So this piece of music I call Sleepy Time, and it's was actually sort of an incidental kind of intro and outro that I kind of spontaneously came up with as bookends for this piece of music called Alarm Clock, which is on my YouTube channel, and also this link that I just sent out, smartearl.it. That's if you look for Alarm Clock on any of these streaming things, YouTube or Spotify or whatever, you'll hear this as just a real short intro and outro to Alarm Clock, which is like, you get woken up and you have to go about the chaos of your normal day and all that. So yeah, that's where this came from, and then I decided to just make more of like a full bed out of it. So this is like a 15-minute long tune that I made that's background music. So actually, the last time, and this is the Nymer Play, I believe. Tell me if I'm saying your name right or wrong, but the last time I played the saxophone was in college when I was on my music ed degree, and we had woodwind techniques, and I had to play flute and saxophone and clarinet and oboe and all the reed instruments, and I had a whole new level of respect for people who play saxophone and all those instruments, because most professional sax players or woodwind players have to play like all kinds of crazy doubles, and the one that's probably the hardest out of all these of all the woodwind doubles, I would say, and I'm not a reed doubler, so anyone feel free to chime in the chat and correct me here, but my understanding is that one of the most difficult instruments to double on is actually flute, because it's such a different blow, it's such a different airflow than all the rest of the instruments that use the same kind of fingering system that is present on all the reed instruments. They all use a fairly similar, fairly related fingering system. So that's why it's common for people, especially like Broadway pits, you'll see a reed book. It's not like a saxophone book or an alto saxophone book or a tenor sax book or a bari sax book, like you might see in a big band, where you'd see tenor 1 or tenor 2 or alto 1, alto 2. In a Broadway situation or a commercial setting, it would just say reed 1 or reed 2, and it would tell you all the horns you got to bring with you for the gig on the front of the book. It would say, this book has oboe and clarinet and flute and alto sax and soprano sax. So anyway, flute is probably the most removed from all those, just because the embouchure is different, the blow is way different, it takes way more air. It's like flute and oboe, interestingly, from my experience, are almost opposite in terms of the airflow, because the oboe, there's so much back pressure, it takes so little air. You can play for like a page and then breathe out at the end of the page. And then the flute is opposite. The flute takes almost like as much air as a tuba, like, because half of the air doesn't even go in the horn, just goes right over the top of it. So, yeah, it's a totally different feel. Oh, my music stopped. Well, maybe I should play something. Is that Ava? Ava from Poland? Hey, how you doing? Oh, there it comes again. There's the background music. Oh, man. So Ava is my friend from, we're friends from Weehawken. And that's super cool to see you. Thanks for tuning in. That's awesome. And I see Brian Weed is tuned in. That's awesome. I haven't seen you in forever either. Are we going to have another Blast reunion? I feel like that might happen today. That'd be pretty sweet. Last time, Brian, we had a whole ton of Blast people show up, so yeah, spread the word. Get them in here. That'd be great. Yeah, you play clarinet, but try to play flute. Can't even get my... Yeah, yep, yeah. So Daisy, you've experienced what I'm talking about. I'm not crazy. It's a totally different situation. Flute versus clarinet versus oboe versus anything else. It's like, yeah. The fact that people have to double, and that's why, like, sometimes you'll hear... sax players, you'll hear them, and then like they go to take a flute solo, and it's like, sounds like a sax player playing flute. It's like kind of hard to hide. But the really great doublers are like, you can't tell. Like all of them, they could be primary instruments for any of them, and those are the guys that are like, how are you doing that? That's crazy. Guys and gals, so it's just like, wow. So yeah. Anyway, so that's my knowledge as a trombone player, which is very minimal of woodwind playing, but oh yeah, we miss you too, Ava. And actually, we're not in Weehawken anymore either. We moved it a little farther out into Jersey. So we miss that skyline view, and we miss you and all of our friends from Weehawken. That was quite a crew that used to hang out over at Louisa Park, and yeah, we miss it over there. Yeah, Snarky Puppy. Dream Mama's commenting on. I think it's Bob Reynolds. It's either Bob Reynolds or I forget who the other guy is. That is really, really solid. Anyway. Cool. Hey, thank you, Nymer. Oh, you gotta go. I'm just getting started. All right. Well, this will be. You'll be able to come back and check it out later if you want to see. Come back and point and laugh later on. So yeah, have a great day, and thanks for saying hi, and we'll hope to see you next time. And yeah, with that, I think I'm gonna play something. It's enough talking for now. All right. So now I have to decide what to play. That's odd. Give me just a moment. I'm going to restart main stage because it's not supposed to sound like that. Bear with me. Check 1, 2. That's not the right sound, but... that's weird. My Rhodes is being strange. Yeah, there we go. My news on my bass trombone. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Daisy. Can you elaborate? That's weird. What is going on with my rig here? Why aren't you cooperating? Let's see here. It's almost like it's got some weird compressor on it or something. Let's do that. That is awfully strange. I'm gonna try this one more time. Just a second. Kind of a funky sound. I've never had my Rhodes do that before, but all right, piano works fine. All right, well. All right. We'll figure out what's going on with that later on. Rhodes is sounding a little weird today. We'll sort it. Probably restart the computer and it would fix it, but I'm not going to do that now. So, yeah. My news on my bass trombone. Yeah, I'm still not sure what you're talking about there, but feel free to elaborate, and I'm going to play something in the meantime. That's loud. And pull the delay off of that too. Okay. All right. I'm going to use piano instead of Rhodes today because that Rhodes is driving me nuts. Yeah, that could be Sissy Strut. I think we should do Sissy Strut. All right, stay tuned. Here we go. I think my loop is the wrong length, but yeah, imagine there's another 2 times of that. I do, in fact, have some social media accounts, and those are listed. If you're on YouTube, all that stuff is in the description. Actually, I think it's on the Facebook page or the Facebook video. Turn my band down just a little bit. Yeah. So yeah, I do in fact have some social media accounts, and those are all listed on the YouTube description for this video, and also the Facebook post for this description has got those listed. So, but yeah, basically it's facebook.com/JimLetsMusic, youtube.com/JimLetsMusic, which a bunch of you are already on. Twitter is also Jim Lets Music. Instagram is Lutzbone. Actually, that's the one that's different for whatever reason. I'll put that one. Yeah. Everything else is just Jim Lets Music. If you search Jim Lets Music on any social media platform besides Instagram, and it doesn't come up, then it means I'm not on it. Like, I'm not on Snapchat, and I'm not on probably a whole bunch of other ones. But yeah. But yeah, thanks for asking about that. I suppose now would be a good time also to mention, and since we're on social media and stuff, I'm kind of brand new to Twitch, so those of you that are watching on Twitch, hi, welcome, thanks for checking it out, and hope you'll enjoy what's going on. For those of you who are not on Twitch, I'm kind of right now I'm multi-streaming, so this is going out right now to Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch all at the same time. And I'm probably gonna keep doing that for a while, but the plan is eventually to kind of migrate over to Twitch for most of my live streaming stuff, and then kind of save my more kind of like produced videos for YouTube and maybe Facebook. I don't know. I might just keep pushing this out to everywhere. Depends what everybody wants, I suppose. But yeah, if you're on Twitch, the cool thing about Twitch is, you may have seen these nifty little emotes that pop up on the screen and float through space behind me. Like, for example, I always like to do the Doritos just because I think it's hilarious that there's a Doritos emote, but there. So you can, if you're on Twitch, you can actually make stuff float. Oh, and there's some music notes as well. So that stuff all just, can float around behind me. And you can also, like, if you join and subscribe and stuff, it can also make noise like this. Like, let's say someone donated, it would do this. So there's a whole bunch of cool stuff where you can interact with the stream. And oh, okay, cool. Well, thanks for joining, Daisy. Thanks for tuning in. It's great to see you, and I hope to see you the next time. I'm getting into a somewhat regular stream here. It's gonna be Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. and Sundays at 2 is the plan. Subject to change if things, if more people are available at one time or another or whatever, then heck yeah, I'll make that happen. So but yeah, that's the plan right now is Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. Eastern and Sundays at 2 p.m. Eastern. So hope to see you at one of those times, and yeah, thanks for tuning in, Daisy. We'll see you next time. Oh, all right, this is driving me nuts, this bass trombone. Let's see.
Wow.
Clap along. Clap along at home if you like. Well, that's why those claps sound weird. All my effects were on. Let me fix that. I'm having a thought. Yeah, I'm gonna try something. All right. This is kind of fun. I don't know if y'all are having fun, but I am. So, if there's anything you'd like me to try to do, if you have any like suggestions of tunes, I can't promise that I will do it or that I would be able to do it successfully. But feel free to chime in if there's something you wanna try. You know where the inspiration for Come Together came from, huh? Something we should all do right now, actually. As difficult as it seems in this time. I think we all actually have a lot more in common than it might sometimes seem. Without getting too deep into philosophy or, heaven forbid, politics or any of that. We're all people. We all gotta live. We all gotta eat. We all gotta have a planet to live on and all that. So far, this is the only one we have. So, I don't know. Come Together is kind of a crazy tune, right? With the spacey lyrics and stuff. It's pretty crazy. I should look up like what the I don't know like what the meaning is behind those lyrics, but Toe Jam football, man. Yeah. Having another thought here.
Helps if you hit the right button. Oh, crazy break. That is quite a weird graphic. I gotta fix that. I think
I think that's because Twitch is primarily like a gaming platform. I don't know what that alert thing is. I think it's like the default thing for Streamlabs. I thought I had fixed all those, but apparently I missed one. So I'll attend to that and figure out what that is. Thanks for the follow, by the way, from Barb. Awesome. Nice to have you. And I see I got a follow from Jody Reeves too. I missed that. So thanks, Jody, for the follow. I don't know if you're still tuned in or not, but thank you. Well, I think we all know what this is, but just in case, here we go. Yeah, that was kind of a fun one. Chameleon's always fun, right? So say hello if you're so inclined. Let me know where you're tuning in from. I'm always curious to know who's watching and whether I know people. The last time was the last stream we had was nuts. I had all these amazing friends that I hadn't touched base with in forever, and it was awesome. It was actually like a really cool little reunion. So say hello if you like, and tell your friends. The more the merrier on a Sunday afternoon. Yeah, last time I found several friends that I didn't know where they were living, didn't know where they were living, didn't know where they were living anymore, and one of them turns out a good friend of mine, Andy Brockman from Disney from way back when. Turns out he lives just less than an hour away from me. It's nuts. So yeah, pretty cool to run across people that you know that you haven't seen in a while. Yeah. Hey, David. Grand Haven's beautiful. Are you guys through the Coast Guard Festival yet? I forget. Or did that even happen this year with all the COVID and everything? Curious to know how that all went. For those of you that don't know Grand Haven, Coast Guard Festival is their main big huge touristy thing of the year, and it's the whole town just explodes for what is it, a weekend or a week or something, and then everything goes back to normal, I think. My brother lives there too, David, so yeah, we've been there for Coast Guard Festival, and it can be bedlam. Didn't happen at all. Oh man. Well, I suppose that's a blessing and a curse, though, right? Because on the one hand, I mean, it's a huge curse because that's a major influx of tourists and money and tourism dollars and all that comes into the city that did not come into the city this year. So I'm sure all the local businesses are not super thrilled about the fact that it didn't happen. But at the same time, for all the locals, people that live there but maybe don't own a business on the main street that didn't have its major cash cow this year. For people that just live there, you're probably oh phew, didn't have to deal with that for the influx of crazy tourists, because I've heard it gets pretty nuts. I've heard Coast Guard Festival can get pretty insane. So kind of a mixed blessing, I would imagine. I don't know. I don't live there, but I'm guessing. it's been interesting to see more and more stuff go virtual and stuff go online, and people trying to sort of use technology to work around our situation. Clearly we're still in a situation where, going out and hanging out in large crowds is probably not a super smart thing to do right now. So we do the best we can with it's, the thing that's cool about now as compared with like 100 years ago when the pandemic happened, the great flu of 1918 or whatever it was. Now we have the internet, so now we can video chat with one another. You can hear me playing trombone and doing all kinds of crazy stuff, and you can come around and point and laugh in real time. It's amazing, and I think that's awesome. It really makes things a lot easier in terms of not feeling quite so isolated. And for me personally, it's made the ability to do stuff online has made this pandemic a lot more bearable, and a lot more I felt a lot more drive to be productive and continue to create, continue to make stuff, continue to make connections, continue to make music, because I have a way of I have an avenue for distributing it and for having people check it out and listen. And to me, that's huge. It's really cool to be able to have that interaction, even if it's virtual. And I know, everybody has been. Of course, it's not the same. Just like with the schools, it's not the same teaching online. And my wife can attest, certainly firsthand, that's been a huge struggle and a huge challenge. And like a lot of other things, everyone's got an opinion about what should happen, and there's a lot of armchair quarterbacks out there and everything. But I think, all that aside, I think the school thing has gotten off the ground a lot better than, certainly it's been an improvement over this spring because we had a little bit of time here, at least here in New Jersey, we had a little time to plan for it. And, but yeah, my wife has been working her butt off to get everything planned, and the level of dedication that all of the teachers that I know and all the teachers that I've heard of, the level of dedication and work that they have put in to make this online teaching stuff happen has been just miraculous. And so I have to give a huge tip of the hat to all of the teachers out there that are working their butts off. Probably right now as we speak on a Sunday afternoon, they're probably all doing lesson plans and grading papers and setting up Google Meets and getting ready for staff meetings and all of the other stuff that normally comes with teaching, but also adapting all of it to online, all of it to, try to reach kids through a computer, which it's such a struggle because, kids and screen time it's a well-documented thing of like, well, they shouldn't have too much screen time. And then at the same time, it's like, but this is the only way to safely help them try to continue their education and to, continue to succeed. So it's been tricky on the other side of it as a parent to balance out all the screen time and try to keep everything somewhat balanced. But yeah, Dream Mama, doing your lesson plans right now. I know. Thanks for tuning in, by the way, while you're doing that. And yeah, hats off to you and to all the teachers out there that are working their butts off to try to make this happen. And I might add to all of the well, thanks. I kind of like you too. To all of the medical personnel, to all of the first responders, everybody who's out there, essential workers, those folks are still out there working their butts off to make sure that we can have food, that we can have water, that our trash gets picked up, that our recyclables get recycled, that there's water when you turn on the tap, that there's electricity when you turn on a light switch. all of that stuff just obviously requires people to make it happen. And a lot of those folks got a lot of well-deserved love at the beginning of the pandemic. And not to mention, I'm leaving out huge groups of people, and I'm sorry, but, you know, cashiers, people that work at stores so you can buy stuff, people that, you know, fix your car, people that gas station, people that work at the gas station so you can put gas in your car and you can still go places. All of those people are still out there working their butts off, and they got a lot of well-deserved love at the beginning of the pandemic, and that's amazing. But I just wanted to take a second and once again say thanks to everybody, to all of those folks that are out there working their butts off to make life feel as comfortable and as livable and as doable as possible for all of us. So big thanks to everybody who's working your tails off. It doesn't go unnoticed, even though, you know, the initial wave of support for all those people may have crested a bit. We still know that you're still out there kicking butt. So thanks so much. This is a fun little loop, actually. Maybe I'll make something out of this. That'd be fun. Yeah. So, yeah, with all that in mind, thanks to everybody. And thanks to all of you for tuning in and continuing to check out what's going on here. It's fun to make music for y'all, and hope everybody enjoys it. Hope everybody's chilled out a little bit, relaxed a little bit, had a chance to enjoy things, enjoy some tunes, and some Purple Flames and other things behind me on the screen. Once again, if you're on Twitch, if you're not on Twitch, I should say, if you go over to Twitch, twitch.tv/JimLutzMusic, you can follow me over there, and then you can do all sorts of fun, crazy things like this. You can make Doritos appear behind me in space and float around, which I don't know why I'm so fascinated with that, but I think it's really, really cool and hilarious. And there's all sorts of other things. You can make eighth notes float around behind me if you like. Like this one. You can make that. Oh, there it is. Go the wrong way. So you can make emotes pop up on my wall, which is kind of a fun little goofy thing to do. For whatever reason, that just amuses the heck out of me that's possible. I just think that's super, super cool. And you can also, so if you follow me, you'll get a really cool little thing. A little round of applause. That was a test one. Obviously, there's not another Jim Lutz music out there. That's just an example of what happens if you follow me. You can get a little round of applause, which is kind of a cool thing. You can't, unfortunately, I'm just brand new on Twitch. So, you can't subscribe to me on Twitch just yet because I'm not an affiliate yet. I'm not fancy enough yet. But if enough people follow me, then that opens the door to me doing subscriptions. And then Pandora's box opens, because then I can make my own custom emotes. I can make my own my own face floating around in space behind me. You could do all kinds of crazy stuff with, interaction online on Twitch. So it's kind of a fun thing. Oh, hey, Ross, how's it going? They Might Be Giants. Oh, what would be good from They Might Be Giants that I could do as a solo thing? have to think about that for a minute. Ross, if you got a particular thing that you think would work well with a looper, you probably know your way around a looping pedal too. So if you can think with keyboards and trombone of something that would be cool, I'm curious to know. I think something that doesn't have like a lot of sections, because the thing about looping is it's difficult to do a whole bunch of sections, because you either have to be really creative about the way that you do different sections, like go into a chorus or go into a bridge or go into a verse. It's tricky to do with looping because you have to build up each section and play each little bit of each section, unless you can be clever about how you recycle, like keep the drums going, but then, go to a different chord section and then come back. And it's a little bit of a mind twister, but it's fun. It's part of why I'm doing this, is because it's fun, and it's a fun musical challenge. So, the guitar would be good, yeah. Yeah, that would totally work. In fact, you know what? I'm going to try it. Why not? Let's see if I can make it happen. Just for grins, I think I'll be in B flat, not A as in the original. Yeah. All right, let's try this. Let's see. All right, let's see if I can. Oh, I'll turn the loop back up. Oh, that's pretty lopsided. We'll try that again. Yeah, that'll work. It's kind of loud, but it'll work. Yeah, so far so good. Yeah, okay.
Is it Tim?
Yeah. Good call, Ross. That was fun. Nice. Yeah, I both love and hate my looper too. You know, that's what are you going to do? Sometimes it's just like a horn, just like an axe, you know. Sometimes the instrument wins. Sometimes the looper wins, you know. You do your best, but you fight the good fight, and, you know, you win some, you lose some. But that's the fun of it, right? That's the fun of music and the fun of live performance and the, yeah. Sometimes the horn wins. That's what makes it exciting. That's what makes it fun. That's why we practice all these years and try to have mastery over music and the instrument and have command and have control and proficiency and vocabulary and all those good things. Just like you learn language for years and years and you study music for years and years and you end up, you know, if you do a good enough job studying, then you have a pretty decent batting average. But yeah, what makes it fun is the you know, it's like watching a high wire act. There was another streamer, Billy Mills, who I was watching, who was talking about this, that you know, part of what makes hey, still can't talk. Come on now. But you're right. Fair enough. But there's a guy, Billy Mills, who's a very, very, very cool Twitch streamer, and he was talking about how part of what makes music fun, and especially something like this where it's just me and a bunch of gear, is that sometimes, you know, sometimes in spite of your best efforts, sometimes the gear wins. Sometimes it doesn't do what you want it to do. Like today, my Rhodes is deciding to have some weird, funky sound, and like I can't make it work, basically. Yeah, Yeah, something really strange is going on with that. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna restart the computer when this is over, but I'm not gonna do that while the stream's happening, of course. So it's just a no roads kind of day, which is a drag because I use it a lot. It's sort of the meat and potatoes of my keyboard accompaniment. It's kind of like it's okay, after all the effort. Yeah, exactly. Some days, but again, that's what makes it fun, though. It makes it fun to go out there and have a good time and play, and obviously the more you practice and the more proficient you are, the more comfortable you are, the more fun it is, because the better your batting average gets and the more effortless it becomes. But I mean, I don't think any of us ever gets to the point where it's like, oh well, I don't need to practice anymore. I've got this figured out. I mean, I still have loads and loads and loads and loads of stuff on my shed list, and I don't think that'll ever change. It's like there was a meme going around about that with this is some like 90-some-year-old musician or something like that was asked in an interview, like, he had like a daily practice routine or something like that, and was saying, the question was like, why do you still practice so much? And the answer was, because I feel like I'm getting better. Simple enough. So yeah, it's always fun though. Music is fun. It sure is better than a whole lot of other ways to spend your time, and it's pretty great. Yeah, that's one of those sayings. The more you know, the more you realize you don't know, and that's boy, is that ever relevant in a lot of areas today, but especially as it comes to music. Yeah, the more stones you turn over, the more the deeper the rabbit hole goes. Like, yeah, I mean, for example, me with all this looping, multi-tracking, crazy stuff, it's all, it's a journey of discovery, and it's a good time, and hopefully, it's enjoyable for other people too. Kind of makes it worth it if other people dig what's happening. It's fun to just to play for yourself too, and create things for yourself too. And there's a whole debate in the artistic community, and especially kind of like the academic artistic community about, who do we make art for? Do we make art for ourselves? Do we make art for other, fellow artists? Do we make music for other musicians? Or do we make music and art for other, to communicate to an audience? And, it's interesting, the different philosophies, and it's not a black and white issue. You have to do you have to do all of it. None of them are really optional at the end of the day. And that's one of the things that, I've kind of discovered after a lot of time doing this professionally, is that you don't, yeah, exactly, Ross, all of the above. You can't just make art for yourself. But if you make music, if you make art that you don't yourself identify with or enjoy or find to be somehow expressive, eventually you burn out, and it becomes a job like any other job, except less stable, and for a lot of us less lucrative. And why do that? If music is going to turn into that, then go be a bank president or something. Go back and get a degree in accounting or something. And no disrespect to anyone who's doing something like that for a living, but do find what you like to do and do it. And same thing with making music that resonates within your community of fellow creators and artists. You want to be doing something that demonstrates some proficiency and some artistry and some sort of innovation, maybe, so that the people that you look up to and the people that, you know, your peers and your colleagues don't look at you and like, oh, this guy's, you know, could be doing something, but instead he's doing this other stuff. You know, making music for your peers and for yourself kind of falls into the same, because we tend to associate with people that are like us and have similar tastes with us. So you could probably lump that into the same sort of category. But then there's also, you know, making music for an audience. And I feel like, I don't know, this is sort of like a long diatribe, so forgive me, but I feel like there sometimes gets to be like a bit of a false dichotomy of like, well, you can either make music that you personally like as an artist, or art that you personally like as an artist, or you can make art or music that's appealing to people that they want to pay for, as if they are mutually exclusive, which of course they're not. There is overlap. Now, there is art that is not commercially viable, either mostly because of like how it's packaged, probably. I think anything can be commercially viable if you package it right. But then there's also art that's, you know, that we see that makes tons and tons and tons of money, but maybe is not the most artistically satisfying in the world. And I think the secret to happiness is, as a musician, or, you know, really in any other creative walk of life, is finding that balance where you're making yourself happy and you're also making a whole bunch of other people happy, or making people think, or making them dance, or making them cry, or making them connect with one another, or connect with you, or whatever it is. You're right, Ross. All of the above, you know, none of them are optional. And, you know, it's like, same thing with like, you know, would you rather play with a musician who's a really nice person, or would you rather play with a musician who's, you know, really competent professional and a great musician? And it's kind of like, yes, both. As if to say, like, either one of those are optional, especially in today's, you know, labor market of musicians. Like, there just isn't room for someone who either can't hack it or isn't a good hang, you know? You have to be both. Neither one's optional. So, yeah. And, you know, as I started this long diatribe with, some days are always better than others. You know, we all have our good days and our bad days. But hopefully, you know, we all strive to have more good days than bad days. And that's kind of what it's all about. Anyway, Deep Thoughts with Jim Lutz. What the heck do I know? I'm just a trombone player. It's been a lot of fun hanging out with everybody today. I should maybe play one more thing. It's been almost 2 hours, but I feel like I want to play. Yeah, maybe I'll play one more thing. Yeah, that'd be good. Sorry, just digging my own background music here. I got hypnotized by my sleepy time music bed here. All right, I'm going to play one more thing. Yeah, Austin. Oh, my delay's on. Yeah, Austin, I've been listening to, I don't know if you checked out the most recent Jacob Collier, but it's pretty banging. It's killing. What else am I listening to these days? We've been stuck on, there's a Snarky Puppy concert that's live from Boulder Theater. That's pretty great too. I think Butcher Brown just came out with some new stuff. Butcher Brown's great if you haven't checked them out. What else are we listening to? I'll think of some more. But anyway, how about you? Let me know what you're listening to these days. I'm always looking for new stuff to check out. So apparently that whole loop started one thing late. So we get to do the bass line one more time. Exciting. Okay, one more time. I don't know why it's doing this. I don't really want to do a 13 bar or whatever, 15 bar blues. All right, I guess. All right, I guess we're doing 13 bar blues or 15 bar blues because my loopers. Hey Ross, remember how you said you sometimes love and sometimes hate your looper? Feel you, man. All right, this is gonna feel weird, but we're gonna do it anyway. Ready? All right, I guess. My looper is confusing me right now. All right, we're gonna start over. Huh. Well, like I said, sometimes the looper wins. Yeah, main stage is being weird today. It's funny. All right. I guess we're not doing one more song because I can't make it work. I'm so sorry. I'll troubleshoot and we'll do Watermelon Man next time. But yeah, thank you, Stylo Games. I appreciate it. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I hope that you got to check out a little bit of before my looper decided to explode. And yeah, and I'm going to do a little bit of troubleshooting here as soon as we're done. Yeah, a few extra bars, no big deal, I suppose. I kind of want to. I'm gonna try one thing real quick. My audio is gonna go dead, so bear with me for just 2 seconds. Yeah, the Rhodes is still wonky. This is, yeah, very, very strange. I wonder if I do this. Nope. All right. Yeah, try one more time. If it doesn't work, then we'll call it and we'll fix it for next time. All right. Nope. It's all right. Looper is deciding that it's not going to work anymore. I don't know why, but I'll fix it later. It's been 2 hours anyway. Well, thanks all of you so much for tuning in. It's been a blast today, and I now have some fun tech support things to work out. Figure out why my looper decided to explode, and why my Rhodes decided to explode, and all that. But like I said, some days the gear wins. Well, thanks again for tuning in, everybody. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I hope you had a good time. I sure did, mostly. You all were great. My gear, I have to drop kick a few things out the window. Oh, dude, Tigran is great. Tigran Hamasyan. I can't say his last name. Tigran's great. Yeah, his stuff is super cool. A lot of stuff that sounds a lot more complicated than it really is with Tigran. He does some amazingly cool grooves, and yeah, and then like you boil them down and analyze them, and you're like, oh, this is all 4/4. It's just a whole lot of like offbeats and syncopation and really crazy asymmetrical stuff that you're not expecting groove-wise, but it all works really, really, really well. Not that all of his stuff, of course, is 4/4, but he's got some. Charles Cornell's got a thing where he analyzes a Tigran song, and he's like, "Is this the most insane rhythm ever, or is it just 4/4 with lots of syncopation?" And spoiler alert: it's 4/4 with lots of syncopation. Which, funny you mentioned that, and this is not. I don't mean to do a shameless plug, but I mentioned earlier there's a song called Alarm Clock, which if you go on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/JimLutzMusic, which some of you are already on, or if you go to, whoops, hang on a minute, this is going to be silly. Okay, there we go. If you go to, I'll put the link in here too. These links, if you're on YouTube or Facebook, are already in the description, but if you go to smartworld.it/JimLutzMusic, Masuik Music, if you go to that website, whatever your favorite streaming platform of choice, or Bandcamp, or YouTube, or whatever, that'll show my music. And this tune that you're hearing in the background right now, I call it Sleepy Time. It's actually not released on its own as a song yet. This originally was the intro and outro that I made for my song called Alarm Clock, which I mentioned is on this link. If you go to my YouTube or any of my streaming links, yay, Eighth Notes. If you go to any of my streaming links, that'll show up. Alarm Clock is one of the songs, and you'll hear this. That's the background music bed. There's just a few seconds at the beginning, a few seconds at the end, and then there's Alarm Clock, which I'm in no way comparing myself to Tigran, because he's a flippin' genius and I'm just a trombone player. But kind of like what some of his grooves do, Alarm Clock has got a whole lot of syncopation and weird, complicated, displaced accents and stuff like that. But believe it or not, it's all 4/4. So if you listen to Alarm Clock, that's another one of those where, like, it sounds a lot more complicated than it really is. There's just some things that are displaced that make it seem like it's weird rhythmically, but it's kind of by design. Like, the whole feeling of an alarm clock going off and being a little disoriented because it's earlier than you would like it to be is kind of what I was going for with the tune. And yeah, I'll be interested to know if you agree when you listen to the song, if you feel it's slightly disorienting, because that's the point. Anyway, yeah, Tigran's a genius, though. He's great, and I don't think I have checked out his most recent one, so I will have to add that to my listening list, because yeah, Tigran's great. He was at USC when I was there, way back in the day. We were both in jazz studies around the same time. We didn't really cross paths a whole lot, but he's flippin' brilliant, though. He's awesome, and yeah, he's done really well. Yeah, folks. Well, I am gonna go try to figure out why my main stage rig exploded, and I'm guessing probably I'm going to restart my computer and everything's going to be on its best behavior, because that's usually what happens. But that wasn't really an option while I was streaming. I didn't really want to just like break the stream and then try to come back and then maybe have it work and maybe not. So anyway, thank you so much, all of you, for tuning in. I really appreciate all the love. I appreciate all of you that followed and subscribed, and thanks. Big shout out to my Patreon folks, my Patreon tribe that keeps me going. I'll put my link in there as well. This is linked in the description as well if you're on YouTube or Facebook, but for those that are on Twitch, I'll give you the link here. I do have a Patreon. I've met some amazing folks actually through my Patreon. It's, if a lot of people know what Patreon is these days, but if you're not familiar, it's a very, very cool way for audience members to connect with and support people, creators, musicians, cartoonists. There's news channels on Patreon. There's web comics. There's all sorts of creative people that are on Patreon, and Patreon allows for fans and the people that they like to connect, and for fans to support their favorite creators in a meaningful way. For those of us who, for anyone who's not familiar with the whole streaming thing, streaming is great. Like Spotify and Apple Music and all those, and YouTube are all great in terms of putting music out there for people to enjoy. It's not particularly great as a money-making stream. You've got to get, thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of streams on any of those platforms to get even a few bucks. It's like half a cent per stream, and I think it's less for YouTube, but I think like Spotify and those are like half a cent per play. So So Patreon is a really cool way to actually make money by, creating things, and I've actually met some really, really cool folks through Patreon that are now, supporters and people that are digging what I do and are, part of the tribe now. They're super into it, and I can't say enough thank you. I can't thank them enough for all their support. It's great to have them all aboard. And I've actually done some collaborations with a couple of my patrons too, which has been really, really cool to put stuff out that I've made with people who are part of the tribe. It's pretty sweet. So that link is there if you're interested in checking it out. Feel free. If not, again, I'm making stuff anyway, and I'm gonna keep making videos and keep streaming and keep making music and keep doing what I do because I like doing it, and I know that there's people that enjoy it too. But yeah, if you're able to and want to support that, there's that. Oh, and there's also, I always forget this, but there's also, for next time, there's my Streamlabs tip page, which I'm putting a link to right now. So if you go to that link, that will allow you to actually do a tip that shows up right in the stream. It's kind of a neat thing. Like, it'll pop up a little notification. Will say, it looks kind of like this. This is a sample one, but. So if you were to click on that link, the streamlabs.com/JimLetsMusic, and throw a buck in the tip jar, that's what happens. It goes on the stream. It's pretty cool. So anyway, that's all stuff you can do, and you can donate when I'm not streaming as well. But the cool thing, if you do it when I'm streaming, is that people see it. So it's kind of nifty. But anyway. Yeah, those are ways you can give me money if you want to. I hate talking about that stuff because it's like, who wants to talk about how to make themselves richer? Stupid, but but it's as I mentioned with Spotify and YouTube paying out what they do for people that make stuff. It's kind of like, well, you have to let people know that there are ways that actually support creators. Since, by and large, YouTube and Spotify and those types of companies really don't, unless you're like a mega star. So it's nice for smaller streamers, smaller creators like myself that don't have an audience of millions and gazillions of people to actually be able to earn a living. It's kind of a cool thing. So anyway, shameless plug over. Thank you all so much for tuning in and for bearing with all the technical difficulties and everything. And it's been a pleasure. It's always fun to stream for you guys, and looking forward to doing it the next time. I'm getting into a regular schedule now of streaming. At the moment, the routine is Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, and Sundays at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. So Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. and Sundays at 2 p.m. All of that Eastern Standard Time. Daylight Savings Time now, but soon it'll be Eastern Standard Time, New York time. So yeah, if you dug what you heard today and you had a good time and dug the music and all that, feel free to come back. Feel free to subscribe on YouTube, and follow me on Facebook and all that good stuff. If you're on Twitch, follow me on Twitch, and I look forward to seeing you all next time. Thanks so much. Take care.